Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Prospect Central 101. My name is Chris, and today joining me we have,
Braden,
and wow, did I accidentally click that?
sad.
Today we're going to be watching some Tua Tagovailoa with you guys. So most of you guys are probably already familiar with him. Of course, he is the star quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, a third-year junior who has officially declared, listed unofficially at 6'1", approximately 220 pounds. So, and no concerns with age either, or anything like that. So, have you seen any Tua Tagovailoa tape? Obviously, we've all seen him live, but
Tape, no.
fantastic. So today, we're going to be going in somewhat fresh. Obviously, almost everyone who's watched any Alabama football, aside from the Auburn and bowl games, has seen Tua Tagovailoa at least at some point in his collegiate career. The national championship game, last season, I believe he played. Uh, Almost all of this year he started. He split time with Jalen Hurts. Even played a little bit in 2017, it looks like. So definitely a lot of snaps. Very experienced starter. However, he does come with quite the significant injury history, most notably the hip injury. So I guess we'll actually start off a little bit with that. We'll get a little bit more into that at the very end, but we'll start off with do you think that the hip injury is going to affect your opinion on his tape and what we see from him during the breakdown?
No, I can't. I can't let it affect me for the simple reason of I'm not a doctor. I'm not his doctor, so I have no idea what the condition of it is. I don't know if it's getting better, if he's gonna. I heard reports that he's gonna be able to throw before the draft. So I don't. I'm not gonna let it affect. Obviously, you're gonna factor it, but I'm not gonna let it overwhelm my opinion. If that makes sense.
Sweet. So, also, here's a little bit more background, including his full name. I'm not even going to try and say that. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but definitely
That's
not Pacific Coast language. Hawaiian, I guess, is probably the native language there.
yes, Hawaiian.
Very religious, blah, blah, blah. Younger brother who also plays quarterback as well. So, oh, and he does throw left-handed. He is the first left-handed quarterback I believe we have ever watched on this channel. So that'll be a fun little first.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say drafting the first. I was like Tim Tebow.
No.
Yeah, no, sorry.
So, yeah, I was around for Tim Tebow. I remember watching him as a prospect a long, long time ago. It was like over 10 years ago now, I think.
Yeah,
So, with that being said, I'd like to get to the LSU tape, since that's probably the best defense on here for 2019.
yeah,
And then I'll let you pick between Ole Miss, Tennessee, and South Carolina after that. So, sound good?
yeah. And also with the LSU game, he had an ankle injury, so keep that in mind. Is he played for it?
Yeah, man, injury history is rough. In fact, while I wait for that to load a little bit, I'm just going to go straight into this right now. Oh, when this loads too, I guess. Never mind.
Tough.
Oh. Okay, so do you have any, I guess, thoughts on him while we wait for this to load? You said you hadn't watched any tape, but just what you've seen live?
I mean, very accurate with the football. Seems to make pretty solid decisions. Fluid with throwing motion for left-handed quarterback, and yeah, just very accurate. All right, thank you for not forcing me to repeat myself, YouTube.
So, I guess, well, again, while I kind of wait for this to buffer and have to reset and everything, what are your thoughts on a left-handed quarterback transitioning into the NFL? Do you have any fears about maybe the way that the blocking is set up? Like typically your left tackle is your blind side guy. Do you have any worries or concerns about like maybe transitioning the playbook, anything like that? Because a lot of playbooks are set up like with your bootlegs and things like that for your right-handed quarterback.
No, any competent coach will be able to fix any problems with the scheme, and if he's good enough, it won't become a problem.
Sweet. So, all right, let's get into this. Unless you have anything else you want to add first before
I'm good.
Sweet. Oh. Okay, now we're good. He is the quarterback, of course, so shouldn't need to point him out. If for whatever reason he gets lost, he's number 13, but I highly doubt that. I like that quick play fake. Allows him to spend more time finding his receiver. Wow, really? Already? Okay, like, mini rant, unrelated to the video, but like, this is a minute buffered. Why is it doing that? Like, you see how far ahead this is buffered?
Bro, if it
Oh my
keeps
gosh,
up
Brayden,
like
you're
this,
still
we're gonna
here?
have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying if it keeps up like this, we're gonna have to restart the damn video.
Okay, finally. Alright. For those of you guys new to the channel, welcome. We do these live and unfiltered and unedited and all that stuff so that it doesn't look like we scam or fake anything.
Also,
So
because we don't
sometimes
have the
things like
money
that
to
will
afford
happen on occasion, unfortunately.
the main reason isn't because of we're not trying to see that we're not faking. It's just because we don't have the money to get good technology.
Well, that too. But I do like the way that these are set up. Because
Oh,
like when you do like edited videos, it seems like, oh
yeah.
yeah, he skipped a play or like blah blah
This man
blah,
just
or we
dropped
cut
the
something
foot.
out, or we cut out like the boring parts or things like that. But
So we're gonna go back to where you just dropped the football for no reason.
I mean, is there really anything to say about that? You just kind of dropped the football.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, maybe ball security issue, but like, really? I like his feel for pressure there. And find a way to move around the pocket. That was a really quick throwing motion. Bam, he got that out. Nice. Okay. Good ball placement. Really nicely thrown screen pass. Okay. Good job getting that out before he brought him down. AKA not pulling Josh Rosen. Nice. Pretty good velocity. He's not in that Easton class, I don't think, but
No,
he has some arm strength to him. Again, great ball placement. That's actually one of the better throws I've seen this year, to be quite honest with you. Bam. I also like how he sells this read here, too. You see him kind of take a quick look at Najee first, but even at this specific frame, you have Caleb on right off the edge, of course, because he's always rushing the passer. But you see him take a look at this receiver down the field, too. And then, bam, last second, he's able to get that nice quick release off with two guys right there. I think that's Rashard Lawrence, too. And he's still able to place that ball right on target under pressure and get Najee into space. That's really well done. Ah, okay. Nice job selling that motion. Nice job of winning that rush from Caleb and Grant Delpit. pretty sure 9 is Delpit.
Delpit is 7, I believe.
Oh, okay, then it's probably Patrick Queen. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. He was 9 last year. Nice pocket presence, great ball placement again. Help State Judy had a ton of separation, but he's absolutely making these throws. Same thing. Beautiful. Excellent touch. Great precision. And I love the way that he reads this from right to left. He does a great job of scanning through the field, moving across, and then bam, finds Judy right in the turkey hole. That wasn't even really a turkey hole. That was just separation. Okay. Terrible play call, in my opinion, but
Yeah, that was an
we can move
interesting
past that.
decision to call that play.
Oh, okay. So first real bad decision here from Tua. I kind of wish we had all 22 for this. Looks like he probably missed this defender here. Oh, nope, he missed the undercut. Was that just a late throw? Well, actually, you know what? We'll go back to the Jacob Eason breakdown. I'll let you take over this one.
Um, I mean, it's hard to see if he. I mean, without the all 22, it's hard to see whether he just missed his timing or whatever. But my best guess is that he just didn't see the guy cutting up the undercut guy, so and which threw it right to a spot where it can be picked off. That's my guess from the angles I'm given.
Now, also, what do you think about the fact that this receiver appears to be turning back with the ball and he didn't lead him?
I mean, my guess is that it was a curl route. That's my guess. Is it's a curl route, and he either threw it too early, and it's a combination of he maybe either threw it a little too early, or and it was intercepted. Of course, it was intercepted, but and it was under. He didn't see the underneath guy, but or he just didn't see. He just straight up didn't see him. Either way.
It has to be Patrick Queen.
Yeah, 8 is queen.
That was 9.
Sorry, I thought that was 8. Oh, perfect.
Okay. Again, I'll play it through and then I'll rewind and pause. So having seen that view, does that change your perception at all of the play?
Um, yeah, I, I still think he didn't see him, but also he put it left of I think of where the receiver was supposed to end up. Like he missed the throw straight to the left.
So you do think it was an accuracy issue?
It was a part of it, yeah. I think the main problem here is he just didn't see Patrick Queen on that was eight, and he was easily able to pick it off. But I think accuracy was definitely a part of it because if you look, thank you YouTube, very cool. So I was saying, as you look, where the receiver keeps kind of coming back to the right a bit and he throws that like where he's kind of starting to turn back right there, where whoever the receiver is keeps coming back into the right a little bit.
Yeah, because it looks like it's supposed to come across. the middle of the
Yeah.
field toward the hash.
Yeah.
So here's one question, I guess, to think about. Do you think that this is a velocity issue? Because the ball is already out at this point in the play. If you were watching Tua, the ball is already released at this point. So do you think that it's a velocity issue that he couldn't squeeze the ball through that window, more so than an accuracy issue?
I mean, yes, velocity probably plays a factor, but I still think it's more of a problem is he just missed the receiver. Whether it was a timing issue or an accuracy issue, I don't know. My guess would be accuracy, but on this particular play, but I think that yes, while velocity played a factor, it wouldn't be necessarily my main problem with this play.
Interesting. Okay, because yeah, for me, like the ball is already out at this point in the play, so like somehow Tua gave this defender all the way in the middle of the field enough to get enough time to cut that under. So I'm almost wondering if, well, the timing wasn't an issue because the ball was out when it needed to be. Like at this point in the play, the ball is already out of his hand. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't really think that the timing is an issue because that is a, other than the underneath defender, of course, that's a respectable window to get the ball into, even with him coming across and him being there. Very interesting. Nice play fake. Okay. Yeah, nice. Oh, you have to catch that. That was catchable. Nice patience. Again, I can't tell you how many times I've seen a drop from Judy on tape. Uh, that was literally right in the hands. Excellent time. Oops, just a second too late. I mean, it seems stepping to the throw. I'll talk about the mechanics of the throw. Excellent throwing motion. Not really at all worried about the mechanical element. Wow. And it literally went right off of his hands. Great patience. And again, we talk about, okay, other than the throw, we talk about the progressions in the skating the field, right? See him make the screen read first, then move over to Judy, and then move to the 17.
Waddle.
Nice back shoulder. Great ball placement. That was a good drop. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it probably should have been. Nice. Dang, he's really making these boundary throws. Nice play fake. Okay, now you gotta feel a little too long. Nice clean drops too. That was great throw. Boom, right in target. Nice, good quick release again. I'm really a fan of his throwing motion. I think you mentioned that at the top of the video. Nice play fake. little bit behind, but still catchable. Nice beginning the rush. Also, I like how I didn't try and throw this right here either. I have seen some quarterbacks, cough cough Rosen, try and throw this ball as they're attempting to be sacked, but he just makes Caleb on chase on missing space. Oh, nice stunt. Nice, good throw. Nice pump fake. That was definitely coach. Again, Judy with the drop. That's my one biggest issue with Judy is his hands are not that good.
His hands are for decoration.
That was great ball placement on that touchdown, though. Like, he put that right on spot. Bam. Right in the corner. Nice. Good job getting that out. Excellent. Well, what a way to end it. Your thoughts on game number 1?
I mean, for the most part, it was very impressive. Showed a lot, great ball placement, great accuracy. His mechanics are sound, and he's a great for most part feeling and evading pressure, and pressure. Alrighty, I drew a blank. Good job, me.
Maybe you'll think of it when we get to the next game. So, would you like to pick between Ole Miss, Tennessee, or South Carolina, or New Mexico State?
Well, we will not be choosing New Mexico State. Uh, Ole Miss, I believe, is the game he got hurt in. So let's go.
So, you do want to go with the Ole Miss game?
Let's go Ole Miss. Why not? Yeah.
God, minutes. Okay, we'll do this and then New Mexico State after.
Why not for the memes? Oh yeah, because he only played the first half because of the injury.
And I'm guessing he probably only played a half against New Mexico State.
Probably would not be. Oh, this is not him. It was Mississippi State who he got hurt against. My fault.
Still, this is only 5 minutes of tape.
Yeah.
That's not. Oh, you gotta make that throw. Come on. That was excellent ball placement.
And then is that I can't see the numbers. Is that Devonta Smith?
That is number 6, I think.
So that is Smith, Devonta Smith. Don't ask me why I know basically the number of every single Alabama player. Yeah.
Damn,
I
I
have
like
like
that. That was right at the chest level. That was extremely good ball placement. Wow. I was about to say it's time for your dailies of Pruger film joke, but it fixed itself, so that's good.
oh I'm gonna stop using that. I'm in the lab coming up on some new material for that.
That was a nice pump fake. I'm going to have a lot higher grade on Tua than I thought I was. I can tell you that much already at this
Yeah.
point in the video.
I will say this: it's a damn shame he has his injury history because if he didn't, him and Burrow would be a real slugfest for number one.
Nice cut. And again, this is they're they're different style runners in some ways, but we talked about this earlier
Yeah,
this week. I almost think he's kind of in some ways like a Pat White. And it's first off because White had an underrated arm. People forget how
yeah,
much arm strength he had coming out of college. He actually could throw the ball like really, really deep. It wasn't in that Easton Stafford level class, but like he had some serious arm strength. And occasionally, when he did throw the football, he had some pretty good ball placement at times. Like not to a level. Tua's been really impressive, but he can make some really nice, deep, accurate throws, especially on those nice touch deep balls like Tua's shown. And from a run perspective, they can make people miss in space. They're both incredible at avoiding pressure. They both did a respectable job of getting off their first read, Tua more so. And they both have very quick throwing motions, can make throws on the run, except for the play we saw earlier in this game. There's
yeah.
honestly a lot of similarities. Tua obviously much more polished, much more upside at the pro level because he's a lot more consistent.
Uh, I'm probably gonna get crucified for this, but I gotta look up who Pat White is. That's a bit before my time.
So Pat White, for those of you guys who don't remember, I'll just explain it here. He was a quarterback for West Virginia back in the late 2000s. I want to say early 2010s. I don't remember if he played in 2010 or not.
He played for. He was drafted in 2009.
Yes, okay, so it was late 2000s. And basically, he was. Do you know who Rich Rodriguez is?
Yeah, yeah.
The absolutely terrible Michigan coach? Yeah, he was the guy who made Rich Rodriguez famous, basically.
Sad.
And yeah, him and Steve Slayton, who was the Texans' first round pick, I think in 2010,
Yeah, yeah.
were basically the guys who really brought the spread offense, the read option offense, to light in college football.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that, of course, led to the Seahawks and Russell Wilson and all that.
yeah.
So, uh, very, very athletic, fast, quick offense. A lot of really quick concepts like we're seeing from Alabama with your slants, your hitches, your screens. And
Hmm.
basically, their entire offense was get the ball to the playmakers in space. You have speedy wide receivers, you have one of the fastest running backs in football, and you have probably the most athletic quarterback since Mike Vick, because Lamar wasn't around at that time. So it was all about finding ways to get the ball into space and basically outspeed opposing defenses back in times when defenses were still relatively power strength based. So they ran read options, they ran quick screens, they ran hitches, they ran curls, they ran a lot of slants, a lot of vertical stems and streaks, different post routes and ins and outs just to get and obviously as we talked about the options. Uh, and he was mostly known for being a speed athletic quarterback.
Hmm.
So I guess the best way to describe Pat White would be a poor man's Mike Vick.
Yeah. And in my defense, when he was drafted, I was 8 years old. Not even 8, 7 years old. So that's my defensive. I don't know. I don't remember a second round pick from the draft when I was 7.
Yeah,
So
he was
that
very, very, very fun to watch. If you guys get the chance to watch like highlights, or for those of you guys who
I'll have to.
remember him, he is a very exciting player.
Yeah,
And
I'll
every
have to
once in a
go.
while, like we do see Tua miss some throws, right? And that's kind of where I've got
Although to be
lightning
fair,
comes
that's
in
more
too.
of the defensive back got away with PI there.
True, but that was still a little high and away.
Yeah.
But yeah, really what it comes down to from, I guess my comparison there is, first off, Tua is a very hard player to comp. He's not someone you can
That's a
say, oh
great
yeah, he's
throw.
Matthew Stafford. Oh yeah, he's Josh Allen. Oh yeah, he's Tom Brady. Because he's not your typical player.
Shout out to future Denver Bronco Henry Ruggs.
But yeah, Tua obviously has a lot more pro upside, a lot more potential to actually develop
Yeah.
if he can stay healthy. Oh man. I'm torn on whether to give his accuracy a 9 or a 10. Because, I mean, every once in a while, we see this
Yeah.
is already like the third play in this game. Oops. Where we see him miss. Like, just barely miss a wide open
Receiver.
receiver. And that's Henry Ruggs. Like, of
That's not a
all the
guy.
guys in basically football history that you'd expect to catch up with that football, it'd probably be him.
It's like him and Tyreek Hill.
I mean, if you want to go Tyreek Hill, then you have to include your Rosses and.
Well, Tyreek Hill can play, unlike John Ross. It's a different argument for a different day.
Oh, that was nice. There you go. I'm still leaning towards tens for accuracy, to be honest. Because even though he's missing like 2 or 3 throws a game, like he's still doing such a good job on the ones he makes. Oh, nice spiral. Nice. And that's kind of the biggest difference between him and Pat White, is Pat White wouldn't make that throw in tight coverage. Tua definitely has a lot more guts to make those NFL caliber throws. Which is why Tua's going to go in the first round and White one in the second.
Good job, Najee Harris. Very cool.
One thing I will say about Tua in this game is he's throwing a lot more touch. Like, that was not really the most, I'm going to say, velocity pass that I've seen. He's more in that Joe Burrow type of arm strength for me, where he can make all the throws, but he doesn't really have like that elite caliber arm.
I wouldn't necessarily like he can make the throws, but he doesn't necessarily you he does it all the time. Like put everything he has into it. You know.
Right. Which I think goes back to that point I was talking about with the interception.
Yeah, and it's not like a Jacob Eason where he's like if he die when it's like he throws straight fire like short, and he's like if the receiver dies, he dies. Yeah.
So, overall thoughts through the first 2 games?
I mean, still similar, very. I mean, he's a very good. It's just like he's a very good player that has the caveat of that injury history. That's the thing.
Why is this on 57 seconds? I have not watched any of this game yet.
I mean, YouTube's been on some stuff today.
Unless I was watching it for like another player or something, but I don't have anything on Waddle or Devontae. I already have my 3 games of Judy and 2 games of Rugs. No idea. Speaking of Rugs, he's doing a much better job with these play fakes too. That was nice winning pressure. Yeah, and again, go back to the Pat White thing. Just excellent job of avoiding the rush and finding space in the pocket. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, that was a great catch too. Nice catch. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was a nice pass rush. Yeah, that was definitely not entirely on him. Watch this pass rusher on the end here. Bam! Just cuts right inside Alex Leatherwood.
Was it on the right tackle?
Or
But
yeah,
not
that's
because
what I meant,
that's
Jacob
Lewis.
Wills.
Good lord, you just Dwight Freeney that dude.
Nice. Oh, okay. A little bit out in front. Okay. Did that go off of both of their hands? Ooh,
Was that tipped?
I don't think so. It looked high enough. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Had to have been, because that was not even close. Jeez, Rex. Man, he does get some zip on some of these, though. I don't know. Maybe he gets better than Burrow. Yep, there's a nice athletic ability again. Not as dynamic as a late Lamar Vick, but I say in terms of athletic ability, he's probably a little bit better than Tebow was. Ooh. Okay, I think I figured out what I'm gonna do. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
That is like probably the best QB sneak I have almost ever seen.
That's what happens when you get 5 stars on an offensive line versus New Mexico State.
Nice, now see. So, I'm definitely glad we got to watch that. Overall, your thoughts?
I mean, he's very good. He's a very good player. He's good touch on the football. He's pretty accurate for the most part. He's a good decision maker. Decision making. He's athletic. You know, he can make all the throws. He has the arm to make all the throws. So overall, he's a very good player. It's just he's the caveat of an injury. What did you drop Herbert's grade down 5?
Uh, I might have watched the third game. Did we watch all 3 games on?
I don't remember. Anyway,
Either I watched the third game or I watched the fourth game on my own.
yeah.
Or I revisited something.
Anyways,
I do that a lot. You guys will see that those numbers change. Even like these guys at the bottom, their numbers have changed since we did the video. But keep going.
oh, I'm good. I mean, he's a really good quarterback. Just has injury problems, you know.
Okay, so the 3 games we watched today were Ole Miss,
LSU.
New Mexico State. Oh, I'm just gonna do that, and then
LSU 19.
yes. So here we go. Here are our categories. Interchangeables is going to be a 9. Wants to do more snaps under center, which keeps him from being a 10. But otherwise, other than that little transitional aspect, very solid. Decision making, I'm also going to go with 9. Got to see 1 or 2 mistakes, especially that interception I keep coming back to. And I'm sure he's had more. He didn't have just 1 interception his entire college career. So, going to have to go with 9 for that category. Arm strength, same thing. We talked a little bit about this, and I think part of it is the touch thing too. But he's kind of somewhere between Easton and Burrow for me, and obviously that amounts to a 9. which is also where Herbert is. So to give you guys an idea on the level of respect there. Short accuracy and medium accuracy are both going to be 10s, but deep accuracy I'm going to drop to a 9. I strongly consider keeping it a 10, but the New Mexico State game kind of convinced me to keep that at a 9.
Hmm.
Athleticism is going to be a 9. Again, not in that like elite class of like your Lamar's, your White's, your
Michael
X,
Vick.
all that, but he is very athletic. He can make people miss in space. He can run the option play if you need him to. Uh, he can make people miss in the pocket, avoid the rush. He has all the necessary athletic tools that you need to see, which is what I'm really looking for. Improvisation out of the pocket, again, not Pat Mahomes, not Joe Burrow, but he can find guys out of the pocket. He can make most throws out of the pocket. He can throw on the run most of the time, just not quite 100% there. Mechanics, I'm going to go with the 10, which
Yeah.
is probably a little high, but I really don't care. I love his throwing motion. His footwork didn't seem to be too terrible for the most part, at least enough to worry me that it can't be fixed. Uh, so overall, like his mechanics quite a bit. One of the best throwing motions in terms of quickness and in terms of arm angles and stuff like that I've seen in a long time. And then miscellaneous. This is obviously going to be the big one. I'm gonna go with the 5.
So
So
he's going to
overall,
be
while I'm
tanked
wrapping
by
this up,
that.
I'll let you give your thoughts.
I mean, I agree. It's just he's a great quarterback. I don't think anybody who knows what they're that knows how to watch football and knows what they're doing will see that Tua is a great player that just has some pretty serious injury concerns.
You know what? I'm gonna just to get him into that 90 range in case I change my scale. I'm gonna go with the 6. That way you can hit the 90 mark. Keep going.
That's all I'm saying. He's just a
Oh,
great player, and the big thing that I want to see is how is at the combine. How are his medicals? You know, if his medicals check out, then
well, his miracles at the combine probably aren't going to be all that great
okay.
if he even
But I'm
goes to the combine. He should. He needs to go to
I
the
will
combine for interviews and medicals. I will say that
yeah, yeah.
he's obviously not going to work out, but
No,
he
no,
needs to do the
obviously
interview.
not. But I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to be fully healed by then. He's not, John Cena with his damn healing powers. But I want to see that he's making progress and that he should be able to go by training camp, OTAs and or training camp. That's the main thing is I want to see he's making progress to being fully recovered, and also that barring another freak play, it won't be a problem for him in the future. Those are the two main things. Because I would be floored if the doctor said, "Yeah, you're fully healed." That's not happening, from what I'm hearing. But I want to see that he is making progress. He should be all right to go by OTAs and or training camp, and that barring again the fluke injury that it won't affect his play in the future.
This is my concern with the whole fluke injury narrative, and this is why I dinged him so much, is because he has had a few other injuries. This isn't like a one-time, one-play deal. Like the hip injury might be, but he has had some other durability issues. We talked about the ankle too, obviously the knee injuries. That's what concerns me more. Is the hip thing is, I guess, possibly a fluke, but it's more so the durability in general. And will he re-injure his ankle? Will he re-injure his knee? Will he re-injure all the other parts of his body that have broken down over time? And at some point, how many years does he really have? And we always talk about like Lamar and his style of playing, how many hits he takes. I'm not too convinced that Tua is going to take too many less hits.
Mhm. Okay.
So I guess for me, it's more just the general durability, more so than it is will he be recovered in time from the hip injury? Because that's a one-time injury as far as we know. But it's the sustained, repeated injury history that bugs me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, okay, so like a perfect example of this is Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson never once got hurt in college or high school. He had a perfectly clean bill of health coming out, and we still deemed him for the risk of an injury. Tua has had at least three recorded injuries within the last 2 years. One of them being major. Like, do you kind of see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Like, at some point, there's a history of repeated injury problems, and that's kind of where I'm like, okay, you've had history of this, and it's not good. Like, there's a difference between like expecting a guy to get hurt just because he hasn't gotten hurt in the past and thinking that he might, versus okay, this guy's been hurt several times already. He might get hurt because he's already been dinged up.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. It's fair enough.
Sweet. So, any other thoughts on anything else uh, before we wrap this one up?
No, I'm good.
Any thoughts on my grades other than that?
No, I've already said I agree with pretty much it. I pretty much agree with them.
Sweet. So, do you think he's the clear quarterback two in this class behind Burrow?
Yes. Barring a absolute again disaster with the medicals, yes, I would say he's clear quarterback two.
So, where do you plan on drafting him? Where? Okay, well, I'll do it this way. Where do you think he should be drafted, and where like will be drafted? So, like, where would you draft him, and where do you think NFL teams will draft him?
Where I would draft, honestly, if I have if the situation is right, I would have no problem taking him top 10. Even with the injury history, I feel he's just too talented of a quarterback to pass up on in the top 10 if you need one. Like a team like Miami, where you already have Fitzpatrick, a guy who's shown he can at least be competitive for you, to where Tua doesn't have to be rushed into doing anything. He could just let his body fully heal while you have a quarterback that can be competitive for either most of or the entire of the 2020 season, to where 2021 Tua would be ready to step in and run the show.
Interesting. Okay.
Now where he will go, I have no idea. Like it's just such a wild card of will teams be scared? Will one team be like, okay, I think he'll be fine, or will one team just say, you know what, he's too talented of a player to pass up on. We'll take the risk. So it's just too at this point it's too hard to predict what NFL teams will think about him right now when it comes to whether the risk is worth it.
So, taking on a little bit of a Lions fan perspective in this, we hold the number three pick as of today, barring any drastic shocker. Burrow's going to go one, basically almost already confirmed. They basically come out and said they love him already. And
Yeah.
it's almost certain at this point that, barring some kind of free agency thing or some other kind of
Him
insanity,
becoming an
Chase Young
idiot.
is going to go number two. So you're sitting here with the Lions number three pick. What do you think the chances are a team trades up to number three, or say 4 or 5, whatever, for Tua?
I mean, it's pretty high. I feel it's all right. There's a pretty decent chance.
Would you do
There's
that
just
if you were a team in need of a quarterback, like say maybe Carolina, who already has the Cam Newton and Will Greer and whoever, Kyle Allen?
well, Will Greer is terrible, so he should not. It's disrespectful to NFL quarterbacks that Will Greer is in that conversation. But no, I mean, it's hard. If you my thing is if you really love him and you feel confident that he will at least be somewhat durable during his career. I feel like he's talented enough to where I could be cool with going up and getting him at number 3. Now it depends on what obviously what the cost is, because if they're gonna want like 3 first-round picks, then
No,
no.
it would be 2.
2 first-round picks, maybe we'll see. So it'll depend on who wants him, because also it'll depend if stuff is coming out that the Dolphins want him or if the Chargers want him. We'll see what's going on with that. So I feel that there's a decent chance, and depending on the price, I would definitely be at least. I would at least consider. I would at least make a serious thought about it.
Excellent. So, any other thoughts on Tua overall player prospect?
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, learned a thing or two. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this over the course of the next coming days, weeks, and months. As we head into Senior Bowl week, we've been doing a couple of Senior Bowl videos, but today they released the tight ends, and I'll be honest, as a Lions fan, I'm not really too excited about the tight end class. So we're going to take today off of the Senior Bowl and kind of give you guys a little bit of a break from that and take a look at some of the elite talents in this class like Tua. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And we'll go back to Senior Bowl content when the defensive teams get announced later on this week, weekend, next week. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day and peace out.